There is a moment in life when you want to move on from your past, not by erasing it, not by rewriting it, but by finally understanding it with clarity. And yet, this is often the hardest part because moving on doesn't always mean things ended badly. Times it means people chose differently. They chose not to stay, not to walk beside you, not to agree with you, not to be compliant, not to be permanent. Some drift away quietly, some become incompatible, some take you for granted, and none of them comes with neat explanations. What makes this difficult is not just their choice, the realization that you were present for all of it and yet powerless to control it. Here is something we don't acknowledge. In every experience, every shift, every ending, only you are fully present. You are the one living the emotions, are the one interpreting the silence, are the one replaying conversations in your head. Everyone else participates briefly. Only you remain. You are the spectator of your own life. That's not loneliness, it's reality, which means this: you are responsible for what you feel next, not for what happened, not for why someone changed, not for why someone couldn't meet you where you were, but for how you carry it forward. Responsibility is not to harden yourself, not to become bitter, not to sink in self pity. Your responsibility is to steer clear of malice, of despair, of the silent resentment that slowly poisons peace. This is where acceptance comes in, not as resignation, but as clarity. Acceptance is: this happened, this is what is, and I don't need to fight reality to survive it. Because fighting reality only exhausts you. Wishing someone had been different keeps you stuck in a version of the past that no longer exists. Sometimes acceptance is simply allowing things to be exactly what they are without demanding that they make sense right now. There's another layer to this that's harder to sit with. Times the universe gives you exactly what you asked for, not the version you imagined, but the version with consequences you did not foresee. You may have wished for freedom, for truth, for peace, for clarity. The universe said, all right, but clarity often arrives through separation, freedom through endings, peace through discomforts, not as punishment, but as alignment. And when that happens, the only real choice left is this: to accept with clarity, for things are what they are. No fighting reality, not wishing for something convenient, no forcing people or yourself into shapes that no longer fit. Acceptance doesn't mean you liked what happened, it means you stopped arguing with it. Moving on with clarity doesn't mean forgetting the past. It's about releasing the need for it to have turned out differently, about trusting that what remains, you, and that's enough to continue. You're still here, still aware, still capable of choosing peace over pain. And that's not small, that's clarity. You're listening to Clarity with Priya, where calm meets clarity.